All right, sir, looks like you got a few revolvers as well. Tell us about your collection.
This one's an original. I have several of these. This is a Lefaucheux revolver. This was one of the first cartridge revolvers, and the Union purchased many of these, and I'm sure a few of them were smuggled through in the blockade for the South as well.
That's
a 31 caliber. Yep. Lightweight. It's basically a pocket pistol. These were very popular. They made, I think, over 300,000 of these.
I'll be back. Marshall pistol.
This is a Starr Revolver, and they made two different models. This is the first model, and this is a double action. And you had a little switch down here on the trigger. You can move it up and down, and this would fire at double action. And if you flipped it like this, it would lock up, and then the trigger is actually back there now. Several different models of Colts that the government bought. This one is an 1851. This was in 36 caliber. It was known as the Navy, and of course the Army and the Navy used it, but that's why why it's got its name. There were two Navy models, the 51, and this is the later version, the 61. They took a percussion cap on here, and you had to load the cylinder using the loading lever. Took a paper cartridge, and you put the cartridge in there, shove it in there, and then you'd ram it in there. Usually they only loaded 5 rounds in these, and then they would rest the hammer on the empty chamber, so if you dropped it, it didn't go off. The Remington company also produced several different models, and there were several improvements over the years. And this particular one is a Navy model. This was in 36 caliber. There were not too many of these that were made. The majority of them were 44 caliber. The 3rd Iowa Cavalry was issued these after they had another unsuccessful revolver, the Joslin revolver. These were a solid frame on top, and they were preferred over the Colts. They thought they were a little bit stronger, and the government could get them cheaper than they could the Colts.
Interesting.
You could take the cylinder out real easily, pull the hammer to half cock, drop the loading lever, and this would remove the cylinder. Then you could take it out, and if you had an extra one, you could just put the other one back in, flip it all back together, and you're ready to go right away. Remington Army revolver, and this particular one was converted, and after the Civil War, a lot of soldiers went home with these. You could buy your handgun, and when Colt started producing guns, it was much cheaper to go ahead and have your gun converted to a cartridge, and these were converted to a 46 Rimfire cartridge, and it has a loading gate. You can just open it up, slide it in there.